Hey guys, welcome along to a new video. This one here, as a subject, I need to get a lot better at myself because I just started writing another short film script. Well, could be a feature length script. There will be a video with that tomorrow on the channel. But yes, persuasion, mastering the art of persuasion. And I've got a few tips here for you of techniques for influence and success. Alright, number one is to understand your audience. Before attempting to persuade someone, take the time to understand their needs, desires, beliefs and concerns. Tailor your approach to resonate with their values and their interests. Number two is to build rapport. Establishing a connection with your audience is crucial for effective persuasion. Show genuine interest, listen actively, and find common ground to build trust and rapport. Number three is to use persuasive language. Choose your words carefully to convey your message effectively. Use positive language, active voice, and compelling arguments to captivate your audience's attention and influence their thoughts. Four is to tell compelling stories. Stories have the power to captivate and persuade. Use anecdotes, case studies, and narratives to illustrate your points and make them more relatable and memorable. Number five is to highlight benefits. Focus on the benefits and value of your proposal or idea rather than just the features. Show your audience how they will benefit from saying yes and how their lives will improve as a result. Number six is to address objections. Anticipate and address potential objections or concerns that your audience may have. Be prepared to provide credible answers and solutions to alleviate doubts and build confidence in your argument. Number seven, use social proof. People are more likely to be persuaded by others who are similar to them or who are considered experts. Use testimonials, reviews, statistics, and endorsements to provide social proof and validate your arguments. Number eight is to create a sense of urgency. Encourage action by creating a sense of urgency or scarcity. Highlight time-limited offers, limited availability, or exclusive benefits to motivate your audience to act quickly. Nine is to practice active listening. Pay attention to your audience's feedback, non-verbal cues and responses. Show empathy, validate their feelings, and adjust your approach based on their reactions to build a stronger connection. Number 10 is to maintain authenticity. Be genuine, honest, and authentic in your communication. People are more likely to be persuaded by someone who they trust and perceive as credible. Avoid manipulation or deceitful tactics. Alright, so there's some tips and techniques that I really need to work on myself. There's a lot of stuff in there that I'm fairly good at, but there's some things in there that I need to practice a little bit more. Getting to understand the audience a little bit more. Like a lot of the people that check out my videos, and I've found this a lot over the years, there's a lot of people will check out the videos, but they won't necessarily give feedback, but on a one-to-one basis. They'll talk about it and stuff that I'm doing and stuff they feel I could do better and whatnot. And I'm like, well, that would be incredibly helpful if you were to put that in the comments or let me know as I'm going, because, some of the people that tend to do that, well, more so in the past than these days, you could go maybe 5 or 6 months at a time without seeing them. And by the time you would get the feedback and stuff and you done, say, 3 months earlier, you could have been, all the content in that 3-month period could have been tweaked and made a little bit better. So there's stuff like that there that I need to work on, just getting a bit of a better back and forth with everybody that's checking this stuff out. Creating a sense of urgency and whatnot is another one I found very interesting. Active listening, again, is exactly the same thing as I was just talking about. I'm very good at being authentic. Like, I will always say that, people would come to me sometimes and they would not give me abuse for it, but they're like, you need to maintain eye contact with the camera more than you are. We see you looking off to the side every once in a while, and it kind of takes away from that personal connection sort of a thing. But the vast majority of videos I'm doing like this, as far as the tips goes, I've got everything researched. I've got it up on the computer. The laptop is literally right behind the camera here, so I'll glance down at my notes every once in a while. But it is what it is. I'm completely good and okay with saying, I'm not 100%. I don't have the ability to memorize all this stuff. And at this part of the video, I will freestyle after that sort of stuff's over. But whenever I'm doing the tips sort of thing or anything like that, I tend to look at notes during the video. So that's just the human side of the whole thing. What else? I'm just looking at notes here as I'm doing this. Tons of good stuff there. And as I said at the very beginning of the episode here, I do have a new, probably feature-length indie film project that I literally started this morning at the recording of this video. I'm underslept once again because I'll go into more detail on tomorrow's video and the whole thing, but had an idea, jumped up in the middle of the night, started writing something like 42 pages in there at the minute, and just an idea that came to me. Yeah, excited. So, this sort of subject here, mastering the art of persuasion, is very, very important whenever it comes to that sort of a thing, because you need people to be behind you whenever you're doing that sort of stuff. Like indie film, it's one thing to make videos and podcasts and whatnot. It's simple stuff to do these days. Indie film, on the other hand, is not a one-man job. It's you need a lot of people and support around you whenever you're doing that sort of thing. You cannot do it yourself. And yeah, a lot of connections have to be built and maintained as you move forward and that sort of thing. So getting good at the art of persuasion is definitely crucial whenever it comes to that there. But there's countless other times in life. That's just a personal one of my own and my own sort of situation. But for you, it could be something completely different where you need to get better at that persuasion. So hopefully these tips have been helpful for you, and if they have been, let me know in the comments below. If you're listening to the podcast, thank you so much. Again, get on there, get into those comments, get it back and forth going. Would love to make connections right now with people that are interested in the indie creation world, because it's completely changed right now. It's not what it once was, especially where I'm living at. There's a lot of reasons for that, but I found the connections, most of the connections that I had made at the very beginning whenever I was first doing this stuff, are no longer there, because indie film is something that I'm passionate about. If I could do it more, I would easily, make a full-time job out of it. Like, hands down, love that sort of stuff, along with, of course, making the videos here and podcasts and whatnot. If I could make this a viable option, I would quite happily do it every day of my life and not get tired of it. But yeah, you tend to, in that sort of environment, it's difficult to make it a feasible option as far as it being financially viable. So the vast majority of the time, most of the people you'll come across will be like teenagers, students, that sort of thing, that are just coming into the university world, and they're hyper interested in doing that sort of thing. But then whenever you get to the back end of it and you realise how difficult it is to actually make it financially viable for you, a lot of them break off, go and do their own thing. A lot of hearts broken along the line. So the vast majority of the people that were doing it whenever I was doing conclusions and stuff, some of them are still doing it, but the majority of them that were in there at that time just buggered off and done other things. So it is what it is. So that's, you need to be trying to, and I've, in all fairness, hands up, I have not been as good at it as I once was at keeping myself in that environment and making connections. So this is all stuff that I'm definitely going to be working a lot harder on getting better at myself. So that's going to do it for this episode, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Again, give me a written review on the podcast. Follow the show if you're on YouTube here. Like, share and subscribe, do all that good social media stuff. I will love you forever. And until the next episode, stay safe and I'll talk to you all then.